The night brings terror. I find myself in a dark and wet place. A slippery, noisome chamber. A sewer of slithering things. I am not alone. Another presence looms here, a shifting, burbling mass of skin and fluid, a vile, shadowy creature that makes itself known with its burning caresses. It never speaks. The faceless lord holds me close like a babe to a mother and offers its pestilential succor, my awakening into one of its cherished brood. This video is sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers custom minis for your D&D campaign, and we pretty much use Hero Forge for all of our games at the table now. I recently created my Tiefling Bard Mage Hunter named Rubri. We buy the STL files, and then my DM 3D prints out the mini. We paint and play, and it's great. Hero Forge has lots of options for equipment, magical effects, and poses that are always expanding. And if virtual tabletop is your thing, this can be a great way to build tokens for your game. Hero Forge has a token generator as well as a photo booth, so check them out today at heroforge.com, and thanks again for sponsoring this video. Hello everybody, Jordan here, the PH is silent, and welcome to my channel where we are going to discuss the Demon Lord Juiblex. Juiblex goes by many names: the Slime Lord, the Fetid Prince, he who slithers, Glistener, the Oozing Hunger, the Formless One, and the Faceless Lord. Truly, the Lord of all oozes, Juiblex is an unstoppable force. Juiblex is an ooze, the ooziest of all oozes, but he is also a demon lord, which makes him a demon? Question mark? He is formless and can spread out to cover a large surface area or ball up into a 20-foot or 6-meter high tower. And really, he can take any shape. Any three-dimensional shape that he wishes. Held together by a loose membrane, Juiblex is translucent with streaks of black, green, brown, yellow, and amber. He secretes a caustic sludge and a black grime. There are numerous eyes covering his face, red and pulsating. Juiblex does not plot nor scheme, no grand plans to conquer the abyss or the prime material plane. He simply exists. He is full of hate and does enjoy things like destruction and killing, but his main drive is just to consume. Thus, he wanders his abyssal lair, which happens to be on the 222nd layer of the abyss, a home that he shares with another demon lord named Zagutmoy, the demon lord of fungus. They are the only two demon lords that share a lair, unless you count Baphomet and Pale Knight, which for some reason people don't. Zagutmoy hates Juiblex, and the feeling might be mutual? Nobody really knows, as Juiblex isn't one to show his true emotions, if he has any. Some say that she keeps Juiblex down, underground, while she gets the surface of this lair for her fungi, but truthfully, she does not attempt to assault Juiblex, and Juiblex takes no interest in Zagutmoy. Juiblex doesn't wander much, but is free to do so. The other demon lords take little interest in him, of which they refer to him as the Lord of Nothing. But do note, they stay well out of his way when he approaches. This layer of the abyss is called Shadakla, a terrible realm of living rot, and it is sometimes referred to as the sewer of the abyss. Bubbling ooze, acid, mushrooms, a putrid and terrible swamp with a perpetual gray sky clouded over for eternity. The river Styx breaks off in two here, which is not something rivers do normally, and it separates parts of this layer. It is uncomfortably humid with downpours of polluted water very frequently, and vrocks run around this layer, and of course, oozes make their home here. In 4th edition lore, Juiblex was the infection that sprang up when a shard of pure evil cut into the elemental chaos and formed the abyss. Thus, he was present at the creation of the abyss and has an intuitive understanding of it as well as the ambitions of other demons. He might comprehend the abyss in a way that no one else can, which perhaps is why he sees no point in conquering it. Why carve out a section of the abyss for your kingdom when really the whole of this plane will eventually be consumed by ooze? Juiblex is playing the very long game in that he and his oozes will slowly absorb everything. Juiblex contributes nothing to abyssal struggles. He did nothing during the Dawn War or during the rise of the Queen of Chaos as her minions attempted to take over the Prime Material Plane. He has contributed zero anything to the ever-raging blood war between the demons and devils. Juiblex cares little and stays within his lair of the abyss. Juiblex makes no alliances and fights no wars. Slime trails Juiblex wherever he goes, which generates new oozes and new slimes. Any ooze-like creature that came physically close to Juiblex would receive an intelligence bonus and become self-aware, which is something I think DMs should use in a game. Like oozes and slimes that normally hang out in dungeons are now on a pilgrimage to Juiblex, leaving devastation in their path. The closer they get to their demon destination, the more intelligent they become. First, simple communication, but after a time, words and full sentences are coming out of these oozes. And this all leads to a mysterious black obelisk that contains a portal to the abyss and Juiblex. The differences between addition stat blocks can be fun to look at. So in 4E, Juiblex had 968 hit points. And in 5E, which is arguably a very different game, he has 350 hit points. Juiblex can spew acid and corrupt those around him, but sadly no engulf attack like a gelatinous cube has. I might have to change his stat block and include a Juiblex hug attack when I run him. Juiblex doesn't have a demon army like other demon lords in the abyss, but he does have numerous oozes. But again, they're not considered demons. There are a few oozes within his lair of the abyss that were once demons whose minds were physically forced into an ooze. But I do find it interesting that we have a demon lord who is the lord of no demons. Within the caverns and pits created by Juiblex and his oozes are the breeding pits where oozes spawn in an endless cycle. So many ooze creatures, they have mingled together and created the equivalent of underground lakes, the oldest of which is called Supperus and is nearly 100 miles across. Some mortals, who are beyond understanding, have bound themselves into Juiblex's service. They seek out the faceless lord and eventually find only pain and death. Their souls dissolve in the Shadakla slime pits, and they are reborn as sentient oozes, doomed to serve their master. The demonic boons of Juiblex are double-sided. You'll gain resistance to damage and an increase in constitution, but an equal penalty to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Using Juiblex as an end boss might be more interesting if he's treated as an unstoppable force, slowly eating its way through whatever defenses mortals have created. Maybe in your game, Juiblex is trying to get to the para-elemental plane of ooze, also known as the Swamp of Oblivion. If he gets there, he could have enough oozes to take over the plains of the Great Wheel. Thanks again, Hero Forge, for sponsoring this video. Check out their website with the link in the description. I've started having patrons vote on which topics they would like to have covered next, so we'll see what they decide on. There will be more Demon Lords, though, and soon Archdevils, so subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.